All right, everybody, it's time for Choose Your Destiny, Riverman. Battle of the Bulge here. You have to pick one. One lives, one must die. Charlie Sheen or Emilio Estevez. You got to calculate. I mean, don't let like his fucking corn kernel teeth in this picture. Look at Charlie Sheen's corn kernel teeth, dude.
Oh God.
Oh, terrible. But anyway, I get it. There's no cake and eat it too in this situation. I know we would love to take a few movies from column A few
Ice
movies from
cream from the
column
enemy,
B.
coach. Ugh.
Yeah. But no, you are pitting against one guy's filmography against the others, and the best of the bunch has to win. So one of them is dead, one of them lives. Who's got the better? Who's got the films you can't live without? And I know they've been in a couple films together, but
This is tough, man. Because they both been in some great films. And
Giggles, Charlie's got to go. Well, let's just go down the list. Like, what are your favorite Charlie movies, and what are your favorite Emilio movies?
let me pull this up. Can I pull it up?
Yeah. Okay, so Charlie is in Hot Shots Part 1 and 2. Duh, if you guys like those movies. He's in Platoon, which is a great war classic.
Platoon, yeah.
He's in, they're both, so the movies they're both in, like Men at Work, they both kind of get a point for. So you can't, that's kind of wash. I love Men at Work.
Yeah.
And they're both in Young Guns. But
Wall
Emilio,
Street's fantastic.
yeah.
You said Platoon. The Wraith, I like that movie, even though you don't like it. Ferris,
I don't love The Wraith, yeah.
They are.
He's got some junk straight. He's got
Red
movies
Dawn.
like
Red Dawn's
Red
great.
Dawn. He's
Red
in like
Dawn.
The Arrival, which is that Independence Day 90s knockoff movie. That's not bad. But
Major League 2, The Chase is. I like The Chase.
I love Adam Rifkin. That's a great movie. I love The Chase. I think it's a good.
I haven't seen that since the 90s. Three Musketeers. Meh.
He's got Dead Men Walking, starring and directed by Bret Michaels.
He directed Dead Man Walking?
No, not Dead Man Walking. Dead Man Walking is the Sean Penn. Hold on. No, what's that movie? Oh, Letters from Death Row. I was telling you about it. He did this movie called Letters of Death Row, directed and starring Bret Michaels. And Bret Michaels is this criminal on death row. He's got like a shaved head. And he's like writing letters to Charlie. And it's got Martin Sheen in it too, because Martin Sheen will just fucking do anything. But yeah, anyway, I've never actually seen it. But let's look at.
Let me go to Emilio.
Emilio's got Mighty Ducks 1 through 3. That's right, Dr. Giggles, Maximum Overdrive. He's got Breakfast Club. He's got he's in Young Guns as well, but he's also in Young Guns 2. Charlie is not in Young Guns 2, and I actually prefer Young Guns 2. It's what else has he got? He's in Repo Man.
Yeah, Repo
and
Man.
Of course, he gets the shared credit with like Men at Work. He's in, if you like a lot of those Brat Pack movies like St. Elmo's Fire and stuff like that, I don't know. But
Mission Impossible.
The first Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But
he was great in that.
He's got movies he directed. He's got that movie The War at Home with remember War at Home? I think it's got Martin Sheen. I think it's got Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
These aren't movies that made a real big splash or anything, but they're just the movies I've seen. But in my opinion,
oh wait! You didn't go on what I think first.
Well, I didn't say that. I was just going to tell you my absolute favorite of each. I'm not going down their whole list. Like the cream of the crop. Like if you had to like pit, if their movies were pit bulls, you have to pick like their few strongest pit bulls to go in the ring. And for me, Charlie, that's Platoon. We're washing out the movies they did together because it doesn't make sense. But for Charlie, it's Platoon. Charlie, for me anyway, I guess Major League. I love this movie he did called Cadence, which wasn't a hit or anything, but it was back Lawrence Fishburne, and that's a really good movie. And what else did we say with Charlie? That's notable. What am I missing? I could live without the Hot Shot movies. I don't think those are cream of the crop. He's got like a few that I think are really. I don't care for the Wraith that much. And then like Emilio, you got Mighty Ducks 1, 2, 3, which I think is great. Breakfast Club is a fucking seminal classic, I think.
Free Jack. I haven't seen Free Jack in forever.
And then you got, Repo Man, Maximum. I've never really loved Maximum Overdrive.
Oh, I love Maximum
I've
Overdrive.
tried watching it a time or two. I always want to watch it again, but Repo Man's really cool. Love Harry Dean Stanton too. And
St. Elmo's Fire.
so, what's your pick and why? Like I said,
uh, for movies,
that for what else if not movies?
television.
Their endowment.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's two different things. So for movies, I would go Emilio Estevez.
but
Because
Emilio Estevez it wasn't in television, so you
I
can't
know,
really compare.
I know, but I think Two and a Half Men is a separate category for Charlie Sheen. 'Cause
I
I
wouldn't.
think
I
he's
wouldn't include it. I
fantastic.
wouldn't include Two and a Half Men. I wouldn't include his TV
I
stuff.
okay, I would go Emilio Estevez. I think he's fantastic. Um, I mean, he was in Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire. I mean, he's Mighty Ducks. He's been in some
As
really good
far
shit.
as
Repo
far,
Man.
yeah, as far
He
as
was
the
in The
movie.
Outsiders. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he was in some bangers, man.
yeah, and I felt like his career kind of went away, and Charlie's kind of picked up with TV,
Yeah.
but still, I just think the heavy hitters are even heavier for Emilio, in my opinion,
Oh,
and
you
there's
think
just
so too?
yes, I agree
Okay.
because
Okay.
I don't like the Wraith as much as you do. Yeah, I like Charlie Sheen's really funny and Ferris Bueller, but his parts minimal. And I
Lucas, he's great in Lucas, but
yeah,
yeah.
he's good in Lucas, but I've never been like close to the movie or anything like that.
I
And
like
then I
yeah, I'm not
I, I
super
like I like Major League. I don't think I love like it's a perfect movie. Major League.
yeah.
I don't like Major League 2 as much as Major League 1. But dude, Estevez, he was in the movies that defined my childhood. Mighty Ducks 1, 2, 3. You could almost give it to him for that. And Breakfast Club is like
He's fantastic in Breakfast Club, man.
Breakfast Club is like it's the quintessential coming of age movie. It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah.
It's the one. And I like the first Mission Impossible, but I'm not going to include that as like the top of his movies.
No, no.
But Repo Man is a great, just like genre cult movie that's just really weird and really cool. And so yeah, he wins 100% undisputed. I wish he would. He still directs and stuff, but I wish he would really. He's been trying to put out Guns 3, Young
Oh,
Guns
really?
3. Yeah, it's been like, and which I think is a terrible idea. Don't get me wrong, but he's been trying to get Young Guns 3 off the ground for like 5 years now, and supposedly, as of really recently, it's still a go. And I'm thinking, who is gonna fund a Young Guns 3?
I
It's just, dude, it's been 30 fucking two. It's been like 31 years, and nobody gives a shit about Emilio Estevez today. Like the kids don't. It would
I
have to go to a streamer. It would have to go to a streamer, and
I mean, Emilio has that presence on screen. Like Charlie, I mean, I love Charlie. I think he's great on screen, but Emilio has this look where I want to watch everything Emilio is in, if that makes sense. There's
I
something
don't.
about him, man. He seems genuine. I don't know why. He seems like a John Ritter type of genuine guy. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know why they wouldn't call Young Guns 3 Old Guns. Isn't it just a gimme? Young Guns, Old Guns? Because he was saying like the story continues because Young Guns 2 is being told through the eyes of Brushy Bill Roberts, the guy that came forward in the early 90s the early 1900s, like in the 1950s, 40s, that claimed to be Billy the Kid and that he did never was killed by Pat Garrett. So Young Guns 2 is kind of like telling the story through that angle, which it's never been proven, like that he slipped away, Pat Garrett let him get away, blah blah blah. But anyway, so it could take place between two and that. And Kiefer Sutherland's dead. There's always characters that aren't alive, but basically, in Lou Diamond Phillips, of course, what is he going to do? Say no to work? He's like involved, and because you said you never saw Chavez die. He's like because it ends in a shootout. Chavez is all shot to shit and everything else, but he never dies. You see him like walk off and he never dies. So it would be the only people that make sense. And also like Christian Slater. You
Yep.
don't see Christian Slater survives. Emilio is the angle they play, and then Chavez. So I don't know. I don't think there's an audience for it. I mean, I'll watch it, but like even then, even if like they make it, I would love to watch it. But is it really going to be good? I don't. I'm not even confident it would be good, to be honest with you, because you can't. It's hard to capture these movies that were made so long ago. Because Young Guns 1 was like the late 80s, and then Young Guns 2 was turn of the 90s, like I think 91. I mean, it's just I get it. It'll take place. Obviously, it's gonna take place. They're old. It's gonna
Yeah.
take place fucking 40 years later. I get it. So for them, it would probably be like in the 1930s, which is interesting. But just movies are made differently today. But I guess it would be interesting to see what happened to the Young Guns, because if they're this old, they're not playing younger versions of themselves. The Wild West is over at this point. With them being like 60, no, they're firmly into society now. They got cars, they got, so I don't really know what their angle would be, but it would be totally fiction, because from this point on, like according to history books, Billy the Kid was killed by Pat Garrett. So they're really just gonna going all in with this guy. Really survived and faked his death. So it's so
Looks like Emilio was in a movie in 1989. It was a made-for-TV movie with Martin Sheen and Leah Thompson. It's called
oh
Nightbreaker. It looks like it's about the atom bomb. So
huh.
I need to watch that. That sounds interesting.
They did. I like their relationship with their dad. Martin Sheen does a lot
Yeah,
of. He's worked with them a lot, and like I said, Martin Sheen's even done the shittiest. He did the Bret Michaels movie.
he's great.
Uh,
I love Martin Sheen, man.
Martin Sheen's in that movie I was telling you about. No, he's not. Yeah, Cadence.
Hmm.
Cadence is. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's great. It's about Charlie Sheen's in the military, and he's trying to get kicked out of the military, and so he gets tattoos on his hands because at the time, because this is like during like the civil rights era, racism and stuff like that. So he tries to get kicked out. So he gets like tattoos of 8 balls on. He's drunk on his hands, and he has to serve military prison. And so he has to serve time. He's in this bunkhouse with these other guys who are all black, and they call it cadence because in musical theory, Mr. Barker will be proud. When you have a cadence of notes, the one outlying note is that's the cadence, right? So ba 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 ba
Yeah,
ba ba
yeah.
ba ba. So it's a joke. He's white. You have all these black guys, and you have the one white guy. Whatever. And then they also like sing in the movie. Like there's a chain gang. That's the sound of the man working
Yeah,
on the chain.
yeah.
And Martin Sheen is the guy that watches over him. He's the military guy. And it's just this movie about
Are you
this.
are you talking about the War at Home?
No, I'm talking about Cadence.
Okay,
It's
because he made a similar movie with
no,
War at
that's not.
Home.
No, War at Home is nothing like this. War at Home is
It was a Vietnam War.
Emilio Estevez comes home from the Vietnam War, and
Yeah.
he's got fucking PTSD. And Martin Sheen and Kathy Bates are his parents. It has nothing to do with that. But
Okay.
this is Charlie Sheen, not Emilio. He's
Okay.
in military jail, and he's with these. And Lawrence Fishburne is one of the black guys that he's with. And but yeah, Martin Sheen's this fucking horrible guy, and he's getting along with all these black guys. He's learning to like be friends with these black guys. It's got that message there. But Martin Sheen's like riding their ass. He's got mental. It's a good flick, and it's one of those like gems. Like man, it just got brushed away with time. Must not have did very well in the box office, and it got swept under the rug. But it's a really good flick. You should watch that sometime.
What I want to know is why they got rid of Emilio in Mighty Ducks movies, or the TV show. Because I mean, I watched the first season. That was the only reason I watched it. Was Emilio.
Yeah. And then when he didn't come back for season 2, I didn't watch it. Like, why am I going to watch this shit? Why
Yeah,
am I going to watch these annoying little Disney Channel kids and not have
exactly.
Emilio to? Yeah, Emilio made it tolerable and stuff like that. And I was
Yeah,
looking for it because they set up the end of season 1 like he was going to coach the team.
yeah.
Our I'm like, all right, we're gonna get. And then no, it was all pandemic stuff. Then the
Oh,
pandemic happened, and they were supposed to shoot, and it had something to do with their protocols enforcing the jab and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And a lot of right wing websites were picking it up, like, oh, Emilio is one of us, and he had to come and put out the fire, saying, no, I'm not one of you guys. I'm all for it. It was it was more to it than that. It wasn't like really a thing about getting the jab and all that stuff. It was about the way they were handling it, and it was the way it just caused a big stink. And he moved on,
Hmm.
essentially. And yeah, they canceled it. Good riddance. And Disney wrote it off on their taxes and deleted it and scrubbed it from the internet and scrubbed it from all streamers. So you can't even watch the first season if you want. The first season, you see
Is the
like
first season not on there anymore?
they scrubbed it
What?
after they canceled it. That's what happens. These
Oh, I didn't know
streamers,
that.
they scrubbed because if you write it off on your taxes, you have to remove it. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
No shit. I
So
didn't know that.
they took a loss and they called it a write off, and so as a result, they had to scrub it. So this show is nowhere to be found anymore, which is like a hot topic, with some people. It's like, look, it you're just eliminating art. It should be
We're never
available.
gonna see that again.
No, I mean, is it possible it's floating around on a torrent? Maybe someone ripped it. Yeah, but it's eventually going to
That's
be
craziness,
lost
man.
forever. But streamers have been doing that a lot lately. They've been scrubbing all kinds of content. They shit out all this shitty content, and then they don't back it because they're like funding so many projects, and they Netflix, all these companies cancel shit willy nilly, and they just take them as write offs on their taxes, and they scrub them because, like I said, you can't take it as a write off in your taxes and also keep it online and monetize it. You have to scrub it. So it's kind of
Just
shitty, man, for
just
the
think if
people.
you were an actor or a
Yeah,
writer.
or a filmmaker or the person that
Yeah,
wrote it or created it, yeah, or directed it. It's like, what are you gonna do? You gonna put the shit on your resume? It's nowhere to be found. It's gone.
it's horrible, man.
It sucks. But even then, I mean, I'm sure they all got paid, sure, but like your body of work is just gone. Like you're just building. It is kind of shitty. But anyway, good call, Emilio. You win this round, my friend.